body of mowing, I go back and clean up the corners usually. Although for this field, I don't think we've had much in the way of bad cornering here. And most of that was grass when I got into the grass headland. Anyway, how's the tea? The tea is cooling off. So yeah, back on the strong English tea now. I had to go to the doctor's twice in the last month, which means going all the way to Ann Arbor, where there's a world market, and the world market does some produce from around the world. So I don't go often, but when I do, get a box of strong tea bags, because frankly American tea is not very strong. And when American stores do sell tea from other countries, they don't get the extra strong stuff. They get the normal stuff. World market, you can get sort of English breakfast tea, Earl Grey. Last time I went, they had a gunpowder tea, which doesn't come in tea bags. It only comes in loose. And I thought, oh, I could get some of that. Unfortunately, I went this time, they didn't have any, so never mind, I guess. Does look like we're getting a little bit better yield here, although it is very patchy, this field. And I think that's because last year we had a very poor nitrogen, pH. Sorry, might even be true today, I didn't look. Nah, pH is good. No, yeah, I think last year the pH was just bad in this field because I didn't do anything with it. Anyway, I'll do this bit and then I think I'll go back and deal with the corner behind us. Run through this bit a little bit. Actually, I can run through. If I'm not cutting anything, I can increase the speed a bit. And the reason for that is because the baler is going to be following me. It's not going to be stopping in those sections. It's only when you're doing, you're leaving a swath behind you. The baler is filling up, which it can do at full speed, but then it has to stop to transfer the bale into the wrapper. It also stops to transfer or to drop the wrapped bale on the ground. So that's 2 stops per bale, and that's why you have to keep the speed down to about 9 kilometers an hour with this width of windrow, because otherwise the baler just cannot keep up with you. Now, smaller working width means a smaller windrow, so you can you can go faster with fewer mowers. Okay. Again, we'll go down here and try and figure this out. So the problem is I have to give the wrapper, the baler, a chance to clear where I want to drive. Oops. Doink. And that's going to roll. So I think I'll do this in the diagonal. Very, very slow turn. A, so as not to kill anything with my back wheels, and B, so as the baler follows me for the most part. And we finish that bit off. It's a little bit wide for the baler, but oh well. Okay, now we can get back to the rows, which are blocked by 2 bales. Marvellous. Actually, it's only blocked by 1. Put that there, that should be out of everybody's way. And the baler's caught up with us, so we can go. Yay, so what else has been going on? Glenleafon is now released on Mod Hub, so yay. I did update it. It did... I think there were a couple of things that changed, but I now have the actual production version, which of course has included a lot of changes that Cavalier Roy made to this map progressively over time. Which is good. It's sort of a risk you take when you pick a map early in the life cycle of Farming Simulator. New stuff comes out later. So whether it's bale wrappers or new crops or what else have we had? I think the big one here is going to be the premium editions coming out with 3 new crops. And I don't know how much prep that a modder has to do to include those crops, but this map might need to be amended again to enable carrots to actually function properly, as opposed to just maize plus carrots, which you have to buy because there are no carrots. And in the part, Giants brings out a thing, and the map makers need to modify their maps to support the new thing. And so you end up with map updates. Some of them require new saves, some of them you can continue using your current save with. And we've updated this map twice, where I've had to do a lot of game save shenanigans to not lose the progress while keeping enjoying the new features. And that's why we've got strange gaps in hedges around the map is because every time you get a new save, the trees and the hedges index numbers are resequenced, so a tree that you chop down already might come back, but a tree somewhere else might disappear. I remember somewhere over I think field 29, that corner had a tree right in the middle of it, right in the middle of where you harvest. Well, Cavalier Roy realised that, removed the tree, but new game save required in order to lose the tree. It's one of the reasons why all my yards have buildings in, but Cavalier Roy has updated the map to no buildings if you're playing in start from scratch or farm manager mode. So every time I buy a new yard, the yard already has the buildings that were there on the original version of the map. And sometimes when I remove a building, if I install a new save, the building comes back. And that happened the last game save. We demolished our original farmhouse and the yard it lived in, and they reappeared right in the middle of my field. Which is kind of less than ideal. So the fewer times I have to update a map, the better. And sometimes I just don't bother. But other times I'll look at what am I gaining if I do update the map, and do I have to change the game save? If I have to change the game save, then it's more a case of, okay, seriously, how much benefit am I going to get from this? If I don't have to update the game save, then okay, we'll just update the map and be good with it. Another thing I do like about Glenleithen is the edge of the map isn't a drop-off. So the edge of the map is very obvious. Whereas for Glenleithen, the edge of the map just is an invisible barrier, and there is scenery beyond it. It's not necessarily high quality scenery, but it's enough that you're driving along the edge of the map and the world continues, as opposed to the world just dead ends and drops away. Kind of like with model railways, where you have a piece of wood at the back of the scene and then you have some form of picture there that gives the impression that it's not a model railway in isolation, and it's in the world, and the world continues into the distance. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do that with mine. I have to figure that out. Okay, we are coming up to the last row. Yay. Sweep that round, turn it in. So yeah, not sure what we're going to be using in the way. There will probably be a horsepower limit, just as practicality on the next map. Such that if we do have problems with, I could use wider equipment. Wider equipment is less practical. So rather than having one 300 horsepower tractor with a 16 meter planter, we'll be looking at a couple of 200 horsepower tractors, which are less than half the price of a 300, and a couple of 8 meter seeders, which are substantially less than half price of a 16 meter. So there's things like that. We may end up with more equipment, but less capable compared with what we've got here. So a mower set, I'm probably going to end up with a single front and a single rear, rather than this type of combo. Which means we'll have to windrow everything, we'll probably be tedding more frequently. One of the things is that if you ted grass to semi-dry, the amount of matter you can get in a bale is more than if you don't ted it, or if you ted it so that it's conditioned. So more tedding, more there we go. So yes, more tedding, more stuff like that. I should put that back on. Go as fast as you can. Turn the engine off. Turn the GPS off. Send for the worker to get branch, and now this might convert the bale I have into grass, and I didn't have the conditioner on, so it would be bad grass rather than good grass, conditioned grass. And as I was saying, conditioned grass makes bigger bales. Now that doesn't give you more product from a field. It just gives you fewer bales from a field, which obviously means that there's less transporting of bales, but they will be heavier, especially as silage. So where I'm getting, wet grass silage is going to be small. Conditioned grass silage, I think, is about 5,000 litres, and semi-dry is probably close to 7,000. That's 30% fewer bales as bale counts on the map and as objects on the back of a trailer. I may still be doing auto load, just because it makes things go faster. This is a little bit concerning because I do not want this to convert to grass. I'm picking up all sorts of stuff. There's a thing. Oh well, we'll see. Just means I can pad out the bales as we go. And I missed a bit again. Ugh. And we still have whole crop silage in the back, so that's a good thing. One of the tricks is if you lift the pickup, you can drive faster. I'm fairly sure that we do have enough on the field to make a full bale. We need about 230 more litres. That's something I've got to remember to do today. I need some propane for the grill, because we ran out. So hopefully I will have enough time after we're done here to nip down to somewhere with propane containers, and hopefully they have propane, because yeah, it's July 4th this weekend, so there is a good chance that lots of people have discovered they've run out of propane and are going out and buying what's available. I'm probably wasting my time here. This field does not have another full bale on it, but every little helps, because we are possibly going to make some more silage before the end of the year, the grass kind. So having primed the baler with at least something should be a good thing. And I'll probably end up using, on the new map, we probably, as I said, I'll probably get some Kubota tractor, probably just the one, just because I've bought the DLC, or I paid for the DLC, so I might as well make use of it. Really not sure about the Govial pack. I don't know that there's really anything in there that leaps out at me and says, yes, this is awesome, useful piece of equipment. However, the forage pack has some interesting windrows, or what do they call them, merges, which work on smaller tractors and aren't as expensive as the Kern thing. Windrowers. Yeah, aren't as expensive as that one. And you've got, is it this thing? It's 90 horsepower, 3 meters. This one's 7 meters, 160 horsepower. They fit to the back of the tractor, which is nice. And then you've got this one, 130 horse, 9 meters, lower horsepower, a little bit smaller, but yeah, nice. There's that one. We've used the Vermeer, so I'm not too worried about not using that again. I haven't used any of these because they're kind of small. Anyway, let's get this job done. Just turn it on. And there we go, done. Okay, we need to turn it off, turn it off, turn it off, raise the thing and fold it up. So we're done with, I think we're done with this baler right now. I do need to attach, oh, missed a bit. I do need to attach a the smaller baler to it. Turn it off, fold it up. There we go. Oh, that was the other thing I noticed in the store sale. This, 28,000, awesome. 70 horsepower, does all the sizes. That could be a good replacement for our little green one. Balers. I did pay that off as well. Yeah, this one. No, don't want to sell it. That's 80 horsepower, all the sizes. 59 months old. You see, I could sell that and buy the other one. Buy the chrome. But as I said, we're kind of at the point where what we've got for the most part is good enough. So I think we'll just live with what we have right now and worry about changing stuff later. So I don't need mowing sets on here. We are going to need to haul. So we'll need to come back to this yard and attach that grain cart. And I need to swap the mowers over on the Arian, the balers even. Anyway, that's the whole crop for the year. Good. Now we just have to wait for it to ferment and see where we go from there. So, mowers are finished with, we can clean all those. And as I said, we're gonna I can't get through the gap. There we go. Oh, now, much better. We can send the worker home. Go back to there. So, one more use of these for the year, and then we're done. Oh, hang on. Oh, that's right. I usually have the small slurry tank in here. Slurry tanks have been moved down to the BGA. The small one, because we use that to spread digestate now, so it doesn't need to be near the cows. It needs to be near the source of the product that we're putting on the field. The big one is down there at the moment. Actually, it might not be down there at the moment. It might be over here. Okay. Good grief. It's a lot easier dropping those off than it is picking them up. So what did I want on that? Oh, I need the weight back on the front. And then we need to attach the grain cart. So that's fine.